Hello everybody, it's Joe and welcome to Diablo 2 Resurrected, if that is something that you are into. And today we are going to have a look at the best items you can get in the game. And we are going to focus on set items, so in case you are wondering which items to keep, this might be the video for you. And we are going to look at early sets you can get, we are going to move to usable late game items, and we will finish with best set items you can get in the game. So without further ado, let's start with early sets. And the first set worth mentioning is Angelic Raiment, and specifically Angelic Halo Ring, which when paired with, for example, with Angelic Wings, which is Amulet, you get pretty hefty chunk of attack rating per character level. And if you want to hit stuff with weapons, this is a very important stat for you, and this is probably the cheapest way to get your attack rating through the roof. And in case you combine the amulet with 2 rings, you get your attack rating to the moon, basically. The rest of the set is not really worth mentioning. The second set is Arctic Gear, and this set is probably more cool than useful. And you would want this set for your Amazon Twink, ideally, because it will be basically impossible to farm this set on your first playthrough, so you probably should have some higher level character trading or farming for the set, and then start your Amazon with this set already ready. But you will get some nice increased attack speed from the gloves, you get hefty chunk of cold resistance from the whole set, you get some all resistance from the armor. The worst part of the set is actually the weapon, which has pretty low base damage of 9 to 21, and even the 20 plus 30 cold damage you can get from the weapon does not really save it. But for the first X of the normal, you can use it. And the set bonus cannot be frozen is really helpful for Amazon. Another early game set you can get is kitten straps, and basically just the ring is interesting because it's the cheapest way to get yourself some lifesteal on your character, and the rest of the set is not really that interesting. Another Twink set is Saigon's Complete Steel, and this set is usually again farmed by some higher level characters and then used for another character you start later. And it has basically all your fighter character needs. These 3 parts, which is armor, helmet and shield, are probably not the most interesting part of the set. I would say the remaining 3 items are more interesting, especially the Saigon's Gauge, which are gauntlets, and if you are wearing at least 2 items from the set, you get 30% increased attack speed, which is really helpful. And you also get partial set bonus for 2 items, which is 10% lifesteal, and you can pair the gloves with the boots, which have nice 20 faster run walk and extra 40% cold resistance, which is quite a hefty chunk. Although cold resistance is not as important as fire and lightning, you still want to keep that up, so that's helpful. And the belt has nice 20% fire resistance and 22 life, so that's another part of the set which you can use together with the gauntlets. But if you put the whole set together, you get some other partial set bonuses, like extra defense, and for the full set you get 12 extra fire resistance and some minor bonuses. So the question is whether it is really worth it to collect this set, but there is probably not many more things you can get for your low level fighter character. And you can start wearing this set from level 6, but the limiting factor here is the strength requirement, because most of the parts need 60 or 70 strength, which is pretty high at this level, and you wouldn't be able to wear it at level 6 without having quite a few strength charms in your inventory. So that's that. So that was the quick mention of early game sets, so let's move to some set items which can be used even late game. And I would say the set items in Diablo 2 are not very interesting overall. There are quite a few sets, but there are rarely any items which are better than some unique or rune words. So you're just getting some nice stuff from the sets, but not very much. So the first set from the late game usable items is Natalia's Soul, and that's just the boots. The rest of the set again is not very interesting. And you get pretty nice faster run walk for 40%, which is great. And you get double resistance for cold and lightning, which can range between 15 and 25. And these are also probably quite easy to find or trade for. Very nice item overall, but not the best thing you can put on your feet. Trunk Owl's Avatar. This is a set for a necromancer, and it is probably one of the coolest sets in the game, I would say, because you get quite a few fire skills from a sorceress for your necromancer. And although these fire skills are weaker than they would be on a sorceress, because you are lacking the synergy which boosts your damage the most, I would say, it's pretty fun thing to play around with. And even if you are not willing to play with the fire, the bonuses of the set, and especially of the set items, are very useful for a necromancer and specifically summoner. But the thing with this set is you get also one bonus bug with it, because the full set transforms you into a vampire monster, and you are stuck at the vampire's default casting speed, which is sort of slow, and your increased casting speed is not accounted for it. So what the hell, Blizzard? It's like 20 years. It was present in the original release, and it seems the bug is present even in this resurrected version of the game. So I hope that is going to get fixed soon, but who knows. So back to the set. Full set bonus gives you nice all resistance, plus 50, some bonuses to mana, which is helpful. And the set items are also pretty good. The Trunk Owl's armor gives you run walk 40%, which is pretty good, and if you combine it with some boots, you can move real fast even without Enigma, so that's really helpful. And if you collect 3 items, you get nice 50% lightning resistance, and also some nice damage reduction for the full set. And 2 summoning skills is of course interesting for summoners. Trunk Owl's Belt is another quite interesting item, because it has modifier cannot be frozen, which is sort of rare and must have for all fighters, because once you are frozen or slowed down by the freeze, you do basically no damage, so you cannot like lifesteal, and that means you are going to die pretty fast. So cannot be frozen is really useful modifier, and it's usually on a Ravenfrost ring, but this belt will be probably much cheaper than the ring, so it might be something to use before you get your Raven. The Trunk Owl claws, which are gloves, or heavy bracers to be more specific, are very good caster gloves, and even other casters than Necromancer can use them, because plus 20 faster cast rate is really useful and needed for most of the casters. And the cold resistance is a nice bonus too. And in case you are playing like Poison Necromancer, like these are best in slot. And all Necromancers usually use some curses, so that's also useful. The rest of the set is not really interesting and not worth mentioning here, I would say. Another one piece wonder is Griswold's Honor from Griswold's Legacy set. And this shield is not exactly the greatest thing in the world, but it can be used as a budget Smiter Paladin shield, because you have inherent 45% resistance to all and 3 open sockets, so with 3 perfect diamonds you can put this shield over 100% resistance, which is pretty nice. And the other bonuses of the shield just make it easier to block, and the smite damage is not the worst. The only thing that sucks is the strength requirement of 148, so that's something you have to account for in your equipment and stat distribution. This is another One Piece wonder, and it's Laying of Hands from the Disciple set. It's really not interesting and you can ignore the rest of the set. Maybe the belt early on can be used because it has some resistances. But these gloves are really interesting. You get 20% increase attack speed, 50 fire resistance, real important, and 350% damage against demons increase. And because you are fighting mostly demons in this game, for all builds which hit stuff with weapons, this is like really important. So let's move to the best set items in the game. And the first on the list is Immortal King set, and I would say basically the whole set, because it's sort of rare to use part of the set. It's like use 1 or 2 pieces because you don't have anything better to equip, or just go full set and use only that, because the partial set bonuses are sort of weak. But the full set bonus is sort of nice, because you get 50% resistance to all, 3 to all skills, 150 to life, and 450 to attack rating, which is pretty good basis for your barbarian builds. The first part of the set is Immortal King's Stonecrusher, and this hammer has all the good modifiers: increase attack speed, increase damage percentages, 35 to 40% of crushing blow, which is sort of mandatory if you want to kill bosses and Ubers and Diablo clones fast. And the bonuses to elemental damage are also pretty useful, I would say, because in case you find something which is immune to physical damage, these bonuses will slowly but surely kill anything that stands in your way. Another part of the set is Immortal King's Forge, which are gauntlets, and they give you some nice bonuses to strength and dexterity. And if you put together the whole set, you will get increased attack speed, life and mana stolen, and also freeze target, which is sort of useful. Immortal King's Pillar are the boots of the set, and you have nice 40% faster run walk, some attack rating, and 44 life. Immortal King's Will, which is the helmet of the set, seems always quite weak to me, because you just get bonus to Warcry, some magic find, and that's basically all. But at least it has 2 open sockets, so you can put whatever you need inside the helmet, and that sort of makes it up for it a little bit. And Immortal King's Soul Cage, that is the armor of the set, which is sort of tough to find, I would say. I don't see it drop very often, because it's like sacred armor and it is high level item, so difficult to get. And you get some Warcries bonuses and poison resistance, which is not that interesting, but again, with the whole set you get faster hit recovery, very important for fighters and basically all characters in Diablo 2, because you don't want to get stuck in like getting hit animation without being able to do anything. But if you continue with the set, you get some cold, fire and lightning resistance, which is really helpful. And the last bit of the set is Immortal King's Detail, which is a belt. And I really like this belt even on non-barbarian characters, because it gives you nice bonus to fire resistance and lightning resistance, and also 25 strength, which helps you with the strength requirement of the whole set, or other things you are willing to wear. And if you use it with the whole set, you get faster hit recovery again, very nice, and damage reduction by 20%, which is pretty big. So very nice belt, and especially in the set. So this set has many items, and the full set bonuses are very good, so it's one of 2 sets which are used in late game frequently, because together it works really well. And the last set of this video is Talarsa's Wrappings. This is a set for a sorceress, and that is another set which is used late game very frequently, or at least 3 parts of the set are used a lot, because this set gives you a nice bonus to sorceress skills, better chance of getting magic items, which is like the sorceress thing. You get also some faster hit recovery, chunk of life, 50 to all resistances, so very nice complete set bonuses you can get. And the partial bonus is for free items, you get 65 better chance of getting magic items, so that's really useful. The first part of the set is Talrasha's Lidless Eye, which is a swirling crystal weapon for sorceress only, and it has pretty nice bonuses: life, mana, energy. You get some bonuses to Cold, Fire and Lightning Mastery. With 2 free 4 items or full set, you get another bonuses for your Fire, Lightning and Cold damage, or basically reducing resistance of your enemies. There are better sorcerer weapons out there, but if you are running with the set, why not? It's a very solid weapon. 2 items which are used together very often are Talrasha's Education, which is Amulet, and it gives you important lightning resistance, 2 sorcerer skills, 50 life, some mana, and if you are running at least 4 items, you get 10% faster cast rate, which is really helpful. And Talrasha's Fine Spoon Cloth, which is belt, gives you nice bonus to mana. Dexterity, if you are going for some blocking, is helpful. Percentage of damage going to mana is again pretty helpful. And slight bonus to Magic Find is good for sorcerers. And again, if you are running at least 3 items, you are getting some faster cast rate. And the remaining 2 parts are the armor and the helmet or death mask. And the armor is really nice piece because you are getting 88 Magic Find bonus, Cold, Fire and Lightning resistance of 40%. And I sometimes end up using this armor on many characters because it's sort of not exactly the easiest thing to find, but if the game progresses long enough, it's really easy to trade for, and you can use it on many characters just for the resistance bonuses and some extra magic find. If you punch a hole inside and put in some extra perfect topaz inside to get your magic find even higher up, it's pretty good magic find armor for other classes too. So you would probably run the armor, the belt and the amulet as the base 3 items for your Talrasha build, and you can consider running the rest until you get something better for the slots. You will usually want to get Shaco on your head for the better magic find, and that opens the weapon slot for something like Oculus, which also gives you some magic find bonus and is, I would say, overall better weapon than this Talrasha Lidless Eye. I would say these are the only set items which are really interesting, but of course when you are just playing through, many of the set items can be used during the playthrough, but I would say it would be harder to trade them, and maybe there can be use for some specialized builds, but for the overall use, these are the best set items you can get in Diablo 2. So that's all I have to say today. So if you have enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!